Over to Sing.
Prime Time Replay from Money FM 89.3.
This is Money and You. Joining me live, our head of insurance at SingSaver, Cassandra Wee, and travel blogger Bino Chua. Everyone loves to travel, we know, but what happens when things don't go as planned? Cue tragedy music. Are you prepared for last minute changes? Hey, someone lost my luggage once and I've never experienced having to shop for essentials while on holiday. That was a shocker for me. Cassandra Wee is going to help us out, travel blogger as well. We have three $50 Takashima Eye vouchers for you. So if you call through or WhatsApp us your travel horror stories and we pick you, then you could walk away with a $50 Takashima Eye voucher. What's going to happen is we want to learn from your stories, okay? And hopefully, Cassandra Bino, you can reflect on what could have been done in the instances that our listener brings up. So first up, Cassandra, what are some of the common types of mishaps that happen when people are traveling or that travel insurance can cover?
Okay. Actually, most of the claims that we see comes from trip cancellation, medical expenses. Accidents happen overseas. You get sick because of food poisoning.
Yep.
And it's so sad, I go on holiday and I get food poisoning. I need to see a doctor.
Can I claim? To you?
I had a very, very bad case of food poisoning in Bangkok.
Oh, dear.
And it was because I was so adventurous. I tried raw veggie at roadside stop because I want to be healthy.
Right.
And I spent 3 days as sick as a cat.
Oh, no. But were you covered by your insurance?
Yes, actually, at a point of time, I was a bit uncertain.
Okay.
So being in the industry, I actually read through the terms and conditions, and I realized, hey, although it's not an accident, I can claim. Let's go and see a doctor.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, Cassandra, why should people buy travel insurance, even if it's for, close by, it'll only be 3 days, a trip?
Okay, you never know what will happen. I think very recently, end of last year, Singaporeans love to go Malaysia for shopping. I love to do that. It's cheaper. And this, I saw this news. His car was stolen. And most of us, we will never think of buying travel insurance when we go Malaysia.
Just to shop, because you think you're just jumping in and jumping out.
Yeah, but you can't jump out. Your car is stolen.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, you really have to find alternatives. And was it covered by travel insurance?
Actually, at least if you buy travel insurance,
the
car insurance will have to cover that.
Oh, okay.
Unless specifically it's excluded. But travel insurance, if you buy it, at least there are things that can help you. For example, to cover the cost of getting back to Singapore. Well, at least it's something,
That's true. Okay, here's a really sad story from one of our listeners. Thank you so much for sharing at 97178893. We're definitely making sure that voucher gets its way to you. He says, my nephew died in an accident in Iceland last year. If not for his travel insurance, it would have been so much more painful for his family to make arrangements to travel to Iceland. Wow, that is really, really sad. And thank you so much for sharing. And we hope that, the thing with travel insurance is you hope that nothing untoward happens, but you never know.
Very true.
Right. Okay, Bino, you're a travel blogger. You travel for a living. Dream job. What are some key or basic tips that you think everyone should know? Travel tips.
Travel tips in general?
Yes.
Well, one of the things...
with money?
Yeah, one of the things that I typically recommend people is, when they go somewhere like in Europe, to go for this thing called the menu of the day, which is always available in most of the restaurants. Like, it's not a menu item, but they call it like a menu of the day.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's usually cheaper than usual, but the good thing about it is that you get the freshest catch of the day as well.
Oh, That's a great tip.
Yeah.
And one more. Since I'm going to plump your brain.
I typically try to avoid traveling during peak season. So, and then I also avoid traveling during the low season as well. So I typically go during this time called the shoulder season, which is in between
peak and low. Shoulder
basically.
Season.
Yeah, shoulder season.
Okay.
So, typically the prices are still very low. You don't get any crowds, but at the same time you get pleasant weather. All the attractions are open as well. And yeah, that's a good time to
Yeah, picking when to go is very important. Okay, again, we've got two more $50 Takashimaya vouchers to give away. All you have to do is WhatsApp us 97178893. What is the worst thing that has happened to you when you traveled? Maybe your stories can help somebody else out, because we have got two experts when it comes to travel insurance. So what's the worst thing that's happened to you? Has your luggage gone missing? Have Cassandra shared food poisoning? Thankfully, that has never happened to me on vacation. Although I travel with a pharmacy, I have to say, just for that reason. Yes, I have my own pharmacy. Okay, Cassandra, there are so many types of travel plans available on the market. How can we determine what is the right one for us? Not just going for the cheapest one, but the right one.
Okay. Actually, it depends on what is your trip for and who you are going with. So, I'm a middle-aged woman, so I travel with my parents, and parents, when they are old, typically they have some pre-existing conditions. I will actually get coverage for pre-existing conditions, although they might be 2 to 3 times more expensive for parents. Singaporeans were kiasu, better safe than sorry.
That's a good tip, Cassandra. Great one. Again, I just realized that it might be hard for you to WhatsApp your stories in to us, so you can call us and we'll put you on air, okay? At 669-11893. Two more $50 Takashimaya vouchers to give away, I understand. Okay, go ahead, Cassandra. So, what is it that we need to think about when choosing a travel insurance plan?
Okay. Just now I shared about pre-existing conditions.
That's a good one.
If I'm traveling with my kids, and if I'm going to places like Europe, America, where medical expenses will cost an arm and a leg, it's good to look out for high medical coverage, because you never know what will happen. If I'm going for a road trip, I love to drive, like typically New Zealand, Australia.
Yep.
Look for an insurance that cover vehicle, rental vehicle access, delay in returning your rental vehicle, because the last thing you want to do is, I'm hurt, I'm in hospital, and oh my God, my rental vehicle, I have to return by today.
Right.
And YOLO trips, youngsters love to go on YOLO trips, you only live once.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes solo.
Yeah, budget, of course, budget conscious travelers, they will look for budget, the cheapest insurance, but make sure you get the coverage.
Okay, those are great tips, really great tips. So basically, think about what you're going to be doing, right? And then build insurance around that.
And who you are going with.
And who you're going with.
So if I love bungee jumping, I'll make sure that the travel insurance I get covers bungee jumping, skydiving.
Oh yeah, I look for medevac, when I go on my travel experiences as well, to make sure that I can get out of where I'm going to be going. Okay, again, 669-11893. We still got a couple of those $50 Takashimaya vouchers. Who wants to go shopping? Share with us what has happened, the worst thing that's happened to you when you've traveled, that maybe you were unprepared for, maybe you were prepared for. It can go either way, okay? And we'll put you on air. And if you would like to WhatsApp us, you can as well at 97178893. Otherwise, call us. Bino, for people who are frequent travelers like you, there are some shortcuts, you say, to buying travel insurance.
Well, yeah. For me, actually, I started way back 6 years ago, maybe more than 6 years ago, when I started traveling, when I actually didn't buy travel insurance at all, until I had this very unpleasant encounter where I was in Europe. I landed in some random airport, and I found that my bags weren't delivered. They were lost somewhere.
Yes.
So I had nothing on except my clothes. and luckily I had some money. So my bags actually didn't come until a day later. And then when I opened my bag, I found that even some of my stuff had been tampered with.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that actually got me started into buying travel insurance. So for me, because I travel quite a bit each year, what I do get is an annual plan for my travel insurance. So this allows me to get covered for all my travels within the calendar year. So that
makes sense if you're a frequent traveler. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. And
but
also
then again, that's not customized, right? Because say you want to go to Iceland, you want different coverage.
Oh,
versus you're going to Bangkok for 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. Well, for me, I don't really go for extreme sports, or I don't really carry any sports luggage with me. So I don't have any of those specific clauses, except I do go for the personal accident clause. I always go for that whenever I travel, because I do find it's very useful. Like, for example, in a previous trip, I dropped my camera. And then I found that I was able to claim for it because of the personal accident clause in the travel
Really?
insurance. Yeah.
Oh.
And then what I found also is that not all the travel insurance includes this. So
Yes.
you have to really keep a lookout at the clauses to see if this is included or not.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is another story that a listener has just shared. My mother fell on the first day that we were traveling to Korea and broke her arm. We bought NTUC insurance. It covered all the bills and for the operation in Singapore as well. Well, that's great. So this person was covered. Sorry to hear about that. Again, just so unpredictable the things that can happen, right, when you go away. We still have one more $50 Takashimaya voucher. Could be yours, okay? All you have to do is WhatsApp me, 9717-8893. What is the worst thing that has happened to you, most unexpected thing, when you've been on holiday? We're trying to figure out what some of our listeners' experiences, and hopefully we can gain some lessons from what you've gone through. So again, the worst thing that has happened to you when you've been on holiday. Cassandra, what are some things that travel insurance covers that most people are not aware of? Bino shared a great one, what happened when he dropped his camera, but what are some others?
Okay, one thing some of us might not be aware of, we know that we know travel insurance might cover us for medical expenses when I'm overseas. But let's say I have to do a follow-up when I'm back, or I didn't even see a doctor when I'm overseas. I'm feeling unwell, but it's the last few days of my trip. When I come back to Singapore, can I still claim? Yes, actually, you can still claim. Let's say I'm feeling really bad in Bangkok. It's my last day. I want to
Right.
catch my flight. I mean, although I have food poisoning, I can still catch my flight. Can I see a doctor when I'm back? Yes, within X number of days, you can actually see a doctor and claim from a travel company, the travel insurance company. And TCM treatments as well. Sometimes if I hurt my ankle, I can still hobble around because I don't want to miss the sights. When I come back, if I want to see a TCM doctor, the policy wordings for some insurance plans, they do actually cover that. You can
Wow.
do it within X numbers of days when
Why
you're
have
back.
I not seen these travel insurance policies? You got some more good stuff there, Cassandra?
And one important thing, we love to travel. Sometimes we love to redeem our air miles.
Oh, yes.
If you're redeeming your air miles or loyalty program for a certain trip, look out for travel insurance that cover losses of all these redemption points.
Losses that cover the redemption points.
So let's say I actually redeem my air miles to travel.
Yeah.
I have to cut my trip short, or I can't travel,
Yeah.
and there's no way I can get back my points, which I took so long to accumulate.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I understand now why that would be so important. So here's another story that's come in, but I also have a question. Travel insurance. Would you buy the travel insurance that pops up on screen when purchasing an airline ticket? Is that a good idea?
That is a very, very convenient idea because Singaporeans, as we know, we are very short on time. We like to do things on our mobile or as fast as possible. But one thing is to always read through the terms and conditions. That comes together when you purchase your air tickets
Yeah.
or with your hotel. It's best to get travel insurance as soon as you finalize your plans. So that is the minimum protection you get. But read through the terms and conditions. If you find that it's insufficient, do purchase an additional travel insurance.
Yeah, that's good. Buy that and something else.
When you're free, go and compare and get something else so you have an ease of mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
So my guests today are the head of insurance at SingSaver, Cassandra Wee, you just heard from. Also travel blogger Bino Chua joining us live, taking your questions. And we're also, here's a question from a listener. I run ultra marathons. These are more than 50 kilometers and I find it hard to get insurance coverage or find insurance coverage. Any advice?
Okay, because he's competing or competitively, so a lot of travel insurance do not cover that. But it's still good to get a travel insurance because when you travel, besides running a marathon, the to and the fro trip, and things might happen before my race. So at least you might not get coverage for anything that happens during the marathon, but before, after, and during the trip, it covers you. Why not?
Okay.
There are travel insurance that covers that, but these are very niche insurance providers. Yep.
Okay, so here is a nightmare story. My nightmare experience, and this from a listener, was an Airbnb that was from hell. The place was unmade with leftover food, soiled linen. Oh, gross. We arrived late in the day and had to scramble to find an alternative accommodation. We only got a partial refund because we did not agree to let the owner make amends as it was too late and we didn't trust the owner anymore. Oh, that's horrible. Is there anything that can protect you from that?
For that, not really.
Because you're entering into an agreement with Airbnb.
Yes.
A third party.
Yeah, and that is something very subjective because I might think that something is not up to my standard, but it's not legally or morally wrong. There's a very, very grey area.
Yeah. Losing luggage is just wrong on all counts, I have to say. Having been stranded in the middle of winter with only the clothes on my back.
Nothing else.
Just horrible.
And Singaporeans, you travel in our normal summer clothing.
Slippers. Sometimes comfy shoes. Oh my goodness. Cassandra Wee is head of insurance at SingSaver. We also heard from travel blogger Bino Chua. Thank you both so much for being here. Really valuable.